Today I'm going to show you how to apply basically any kind of paper, whether it be cardstock, some paper from a magazine, if you're a Dollar Tree fanatic like myself, paper from one of the calendars, to pretty much any flat surface. So personally, I know that I get really upset when I'm trying to adhere, especially thin papers, to a surface, and then all of a sudden it starts to bubble and crease and it ruins the paper. So it's super simple to actually get it to adhere without the bubbles, and that's what I'm going to show you. So I already have my materials ready. This is actually what I'm going to be adhering to. So this is just a vintage icing knife that I had picked up, and I've decided that on one side it's actually going to be a chalkboard, so it could be kind of fun for a tiered tray, but on the other side I wanted to put some fall paper, and I'm going to keep all of the original painting that you can see on the handle because I think that's pretty cool. So I went ahead and I measured out my paper here, and I have my putty knife here. You can also actually use a credit card. This is just a cheap putty knife that I picked up off of Amazon a while ago for a different project, but like an old credit card or anything, even like maybe a pan scraper, anything that kind of will have that flat edge surface is gonna work for this. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my daughter's leftover glue from school this year. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, this is the side that I want showing, and it's measured not exactly perfect because I do like to have a little bit of overhang, and then I'll go ahead and trim it up with an X-Acto when I'm done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to apply just some glue towards the bottom here. And I'm gonna take one side of the putty knife and go ahead and just start smoothing that across. I don't really care about this table that I'm on, so it's not a big deal. Smoothing that across the surface. And then I'm gonna lift it and move it out of my tracks here, but let it sit for a minute. So if you want to, you can certainly pick up something and fan it to start getting the glue to dry a little bit. I'm actually gonna use this wallpaper book because it's right here from a different project. But give it a minute, and then you're gonna use the reverse side of your putty knife. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just wipe the glue off of mine with a rag that I have here, so I don't have to worry about what side I'm using. But once the glue has a minute to just start to dry, even maybe blow on it, I'm then going to align it onto the item. So make sure that I get it kind of where I want it here. And then I'm just gonna take my putty knife, and definitely with some pressure, but not hard enough to rip. So you have to really find your balance there. Oh, see, I'm a little bit unaligned down here. So I'll actually lift it up for a moment and to put it back down again. And just make sure that for the most part, I have all of this icing knife covered, which, okay, that looks like I do. And again, I'm just gonna take the putty knife and like really relatively slowly run this across. Now you can let it sit here for a minute and just keep an eye on it. My plan is I'm gonna go back over this guy with some Mod Podge once it is totally dry. But this is a really easy way just to make sure that anything that you're adhering, again, whether it's magazine paper, a picture from a calendar, a picture you printed from your computer, whatever it may be, this will allow you to not have the really frustrating problem of having your paper wrinkle. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to bringing you more crafting tips soon.